Welcome back. I hope that you had a fantastic break, that you're hydrated, got your food or whatever else that you're drinking or eating, and that you're back to jump right back into our story. My kindred, you have successfully at this point gone back to your vehicles. The van is still there when you return, Clyde, as is everything else that you've packed there. And you are able to reconvene back at the Aries, or wherever else you wish to reconvene at. As you're driving away, you hear the police sirens of the report that got sent in to the Blue Aqua Hotel, but that's mortal business. We're dealing with kindred business.
That's their problem now.
It is indeed. You have successfully completed any tasks that were asked of you by other kindred to it while you attended the Black Rose event. Any word on Corinne's survival probably won't be processed until another night. There were a lot of people running about, a lot of kindred getting injured, but you all have more pressing matters on your plate. You arrive back at the Aries, and what is it that you all would like to pursue, or how would you all like to deal with Bronco and the unconscious thin blood that was his quarry?
Uh, First, I would definitely like to take a nip.
Mhm.
And now that we're back,
Absolutely.
um,
Blood is fully at your disposal to anyone who wants to partake and get
I
themselves back to one.
I believe the thought process is we are gonna put Bronco into the freezer. I'm assuming. Do we want to keep the other thin blood with him, or how do we want to address that? Thoughts?
So sorry, what did you say?
Okay, so we acquired Bronco, and then we also
Yeah.
got the thin blood
Weirdo.
that he was fireman carrying.
Yeah.
So we brought them both back. How I know that you had mentioned maybe throwing Bronco into the
Yep.
freezer. What
Yep.
about the thin blood, the other one?
Uh, uh, keep them unconscious. Check if how do we can't check if we don't know if they can be stake them essentially.
Their chest is moving, breathing, so they seem to be a little more mortal than thinking.
I think
Okay.
they might die.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't time up. We don't know them, so yeah. I just want to like basically tie Bronco to a chair, uh, unstake them while I'm not there, in the freezer. And I definitely want them to and then close the door, which would hopefully let them run from their terror frenzy where I'm just not there.
Yeah, it will take probably it'll give you guys like an hour to recollect yourselves, do business
Yeah.
or feed and stuff.
Yeah,
Before
I would definitely like to feed.
absolutely, yeah. There's no role necessary. You guys have a huge herd at your disposal at the Aries, so everyone can feed should they wish.
What did I
And
hear about rousing to heal?
so
Yeah.
you can, yes, you can rouse to heal superficial damage,
Yeah.
but if you have aggravated damage, you have to wait until the
You cut out at the end?
You have to
I-
wait to the next day for any aggravated.
Mhm.
Yeah, so
Gotcha.
basically every rouse you can mend one superficial damage.
Okay.
Two,
Mhm.
3,
Three.
4.
4. Very nice.
Wow.
There you go.
Everything
There's
else
all
is
my
aggravated.
superficial gone.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm good to go.
Okay.
I can take some. I would like to have a. I would like to have a panic attack.
Absolutely, you can. You're free to.
Thank you.
Permission granted.
Mhm.
While they're bringing the bodies in, Eli is just sitting, like sitting on a chair against the wall, just like
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
What have I done?
just silently contemplating mortality.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
I can scribe to a lie.
Anything else anyone wants to do? Otherwise, I'll just turn it over to whoever wants to interrogate Bronco.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah. Would definitely love to interrogate good old Bronco.
And I
Does-
would probably be with Donovan for
Yeah.
Okay. Doesn't seem like there's any housekeeping things people want to deal with at the moment, so we can just go over to the scene. Anyone who wants to be a part of it can be there. You all
Mhm.
have the run of the place.
Fuck yeah.
So the door opens up to the. Now, do you keep talking to him in the freezer, or do you move him somewhere else?
No, he's
what
in. No. The freezer is the place.
freezer is
Keep
in
him
place?
frosty.
Understood. Yeah, the door opens, and who is all there? Just so I know for clarification. I know Donovan and Serafima, not Wraith. Eli, Clyde.
I think that Eli would be there mostly just because he doesn't want to be alone
Understood.
right now.
Oh.
I am not feeling great.
Understood. So we have Donovan, Serafima, and Eli inside the second freezer.
the personal
The-
freezer. Yes.
Yeah, they still have hanging meats and things like that, but there
And a
is
gangrel.
specific. Yeah, there is specific hooks that are meant to be, for specialty meat is what a fancy
Mhm.
restaurant would call it.
Uh-huh. I would say he's definitely like tied to a chair.
Understood. So yeah, you tied him to a chair, used heavy metal links just in case if he's super strong, covering
Yep.
all those bases.
Steel
Understood.
chair, all that good
Mhm.
stuff.
Yeah, and he's just sitting his head bowed as when you come in, he just shifts to like look up out of one eye and just exhales very slowly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Donovan will run his hand through Bronco's. I mean, I've told beautiful hair. I've been told.
Yeah.
And definitely like yank up on it, so he has to
Mhm.
look up, and I will just immediately compel him because he's
Mhm.
I think say, tell me what you were doing with with the thin blood body.
Okay, there will be a contested roll.
Absolutely.
What do they have to resist for
So for
compel?
compel, it is intelligence and resolve.
Okay. He does get a bonus for this particular thing.
Mm-hmm.
Only one dice though.
Everything's got
He has rolled a 2.
Everything's got to reset. Sorry, I
Mhm.
I had to reset my.
No problem. It is a new scene, so
Yep.
any roused attributes that anyone has had needs to revert back to normal.
Yep, it is done.
If you wish to re-rouse, you can.
Yeah. So this is my is charisma. Oh, good.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So and then he did 2.
Yes.
Cool. I would like to take half, which is 4.
Take half is 4. So what was your compel? Tell me to just so I.
Tell me what you were doing with the thin blood's body.
Mm-hmm. It's like I had to take him back so I could get his formulas.
I'm gonna do it again.
Yeah,
we're doing it again.
Yeah, well, this will just be contested roles because he is
Yeah.
trying to
Oh, yeah.
resist every time.
Absolutely.
Resolve and
If
Mhm.
it happens too often, you can look to me and I can try to.
I might in a sec. Yeah.
all right.
Take half.
Full fails. So what is
And
your next question?
It
Yeah.
goes, like tell me in detail what the task was you were told when coming to the party this night.
Okay. Yeah, he said, I had to capture one of the thin bloods that were attacking alive so that we could extract the formula from them.
Okay, we're doing it again.
Mhm.
And he's resisting again, right?
Every time he is going to
No, I
resist.
know, but yeah. So I'm saying since this is the third time,
Yeah.
I think after this, I'm gonna look to Serafima in a second.
Yeah. So you rolled a 3. That's still beneath your half.
4. Yeah.
Mm.
And just go tell me who was behind the attack on
I
the
don't.
Black Rose.
Yeah. I get the. Da, 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 da. Hold on. Sorry. All I know is that they're called Prometheans.
I don't like how defiant he's being.
Does that
And
sorry, does that is that like an occulty thing that I can
Intelligence occult, it would be.
I can try that?
I could, but I'm not that good at it.
My intelligence isn't it's great.
My occult is not that great.
My occult is impeccable, excuse me. I'm
Mhm.
gonna rouse intelligence.
Okay.
Why not?
Mhm.
I get
You
hungrier,
Yes.
and I have not fed, so
Mhm.
Well, you could have fed when we got back, but
he's not going
like
to.
it.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
valid.
I'm having a hard night.
Understood.
We have to go hunt down Sage. Sage will make you feel better.
Ooh.
5.
Are you satisfied with 5 successes?
I am satisfied with 5
Okay.
successes.
So, aside from, of course, the story of Prometheus, the phrasing from Prometheans, you remember in passing, because it's something that, I mean, I say relatively new for kindred society because you all live for thousands of years. But you do remember in conjunction with when you were studying specifically with a couple of Tremere, because of their fascination with the rising population of thin bloods, that there is a radical sect of thin bloods that are capable of harnessing the power of the sunlight.
Hate it.
It is something that is uniquely interesting to the Tremere because, of course, if Thin Bloods can do it, then of course full kindred should be able to do that. And once they have that, the sun will no longer ever be an issue to any kindred. At least that's what some fanatics believe. But Prometheans is a term of which those who have unlocked those secrets, because from what you know of, you have a little bit of blood sorcery, and you are, with your cult level, you are knowledgeable in thin blood alchemy. Trial and error is the only way to succeed. So those who have are marked forever by it. And that is the name they've called themselves.
Fuck. And now, and by discovering it, then they put themselves on a hit list of every other thin blood who wants to know. And every other full-blooded vampire that wants to know. Right.
So yeah.
Yeah. Eli, yeah, he would pipe up a little bit and just like the sun worshippers, those absolute lunatics, wanted to put out a to what point? Why on earth would they? Why would they attack in a kindred gathering?
It's obvious. They kill and eat thin bloods. That's the entire point of the Black Rose Society, and they're a group of thin blood. So I think they took reticent to their kind being devoured.
I think they decided to take a more immediate choice of action
But
rather than the slower cure we were
you-
planning on.
Yeah, sorry, I keep talking weird. Eli, you know about who those fucking freaks were?
I mean, as much as anybody can know who is not themselves proficient in alchemy. Thin blood.
Donovan's face is just flat. Like he's just
Mhm.
like, what do you know?
Thin blood's Duskborn, who have been, through trial and error, have managed to hone the art of alchemy to the point that they can harness the power of the sun.
And is that something only a thin blood can do?
That's the great question. The one that everybody wants to know. And
Well, I think Serena said that's true. Only thin bloods can
They're
do
the
it,
only
right?
ones who are willing to risk to try it.
yeah, but you also said that there are kindred who are like, well, we should be able to do that too. But like,
Yeah, they're
Gotcha.
so
Yeah.
they're near that believe they can. But
yeah,
they have to.
that's the great question of the century is
So,
that can they do it themselves without?
from what he said, you're saying that body could be a piece to unlock sunlight manipulation or whatever.
Theoretically, but
Hmm.
no one knows enough about how thin bloods work in order to be able to recreate the alchemy for themselves. It's not something that's been. I mean, alchemical formulas are highly guarded, highly secret. They're individualized. One that works
I don't need to. I don't want to do that. I will just say, Eli, that is the height of fucking insanity. Like manipulating the sun, idiotic. I'm like, but body could be worth something to a Tremere one day. I guess we'll keep it around. Would normally I'd just destroy it here and now, though. Serafima, could you make our guest more pliable? His defiance is beginning to annoy me.
I can definitely ask. Turn on awe.
So I'm going to need you
Yep.
to make a
Manipulation presence.
incorrect. Something is already influencing
Him.
Bronco.
Yeah.
You need to overcome what is there in order for your presence abilities to even get the root.
Cool.
So, you need to make me a charisma persuasion roll at difficulty 4.
You got this.
Well, we're gonna rouse.
I like that. What is Seraphima's face when she feels a moment of resistance to her charm? Does she get like upset? Like excuse me? I just kind of want to know.
I don't think it's a case of excuse me, and it's like, oh, okay then.
I was incorrect. It is not 4, it is 5. It is significantly difficult.
Yeah,
Okay.
that is why we were rousing. It's like, oh, okay. And like you probably see like a slight like change, like it's very brief with the eyes and almost like not catching it. Where it's like recognizing it's like, oh, okay, this is my kind of hunt. It's like fun.
Does her attractive apply to this?
It does not.
Damn it.
Wouldn't. Would the awe, because I had turned it on, apply to it at
his
all?
only love is the god. His only love is the job.
What was that, Serena?
Yes, it does. You're all.
All right, so charisma.
Well, actually, sorry. No, you have to succeed in this role
in order for it to apply. That's okay. I just wanted to check.
No problem.
Charisma, persuasion, no yes modifiers because I don't add the score straight into there. I just do it in the modifier so then I don't fuck up my stats.
I understood.
That's how I do it.
Smart.
Actually, let me double check that yes, I had done the hunger. Okay. I wanted to make sure I had the correct hunger dice in there too. Submit. 2. Submit. Yes.
Ooh. Okay, let me see. What is
I
going
get
to happen?
through.
I like at base she gets through, and then plus that crit.
So, a messy crit.
Yeah.
Mm.
7.
Yeah, but
This is how
something's got
Seraphima's reacting.
something has to happen with.
Oh sure.
I just don't know what it would be. Um. Hmm.
I'm imagining not getting more hungry.
No, hunger's not gonna.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
I wish that there was something more that I could do. Because here's the thing. This is actually what it's going to
Clank
be.
compulsion.
Because no, because our clan compulsion is
It
I
wouldn't
was just
really
thinking
apply.
because I was just
wouldn't
thinking because he's
here.
resisting your charms, and then you would then, want to be desired.
Right. But because it's a messy crit, I think much like how I did for Donovan, where his charm turned into uh a more aggressive response.
Like an
You as
aggressive fixation.
You as Seraphima may not maybe interested, but your beast is not upset, but more wanting to find out what you need to become in order to make this individual unable to resist you.
That's valid.
So, what is going to happen is Donovan and Eli, you are the only people who see it. As Seraphima, you get very close to Bronco and almost straddle him entirely, taking his hand into your face. And you watch as Seraphima's beautiful blonde hair turns dark and starts curling at the ends, sprouting longer from her scalp. What do you wish to ask him, Seraphima?
You said you had to deliver them to someone. Who was it?
Erzuli and Adzi want to arm the Thin Bloods with the same abilities that the Prometheans have. She gave me to you because she knew they were going to attack the Black Roses.
Called it. Dominic goes, I fucking knew it.
Seraphima, are you all right?
You can't
there?
hear them, Seraphima.
Yeah, no, I
Neither
imagine
is
not. Like she's probably like getting more comfortable in his lap and kind of like starting to
Mhm.
like put her fingers through his hair and things
Yeah.
like that.
He leans into your touch. He's melted.
Yeah. It's like, what else can you tell me?
Ooh. Good one.
That I was just supposed to bring them back alive so that they could give us their formulas. Adzi wants. We have tons of daywalkers, but Adzi wants all of us to be able to walk in the sun. I don't know why. And Erzuli just wanted the black roses gone. And I think I don't know how she knew they were there, but I don't know. I just saw her talking to someone a little bit. I don't know. They sounded like they were from Washington or something. They had an accent.
Did you see them at all?
Yeah, older woman, about 30 years old, wore like a gray power suit. Said that she was from a representative in DC, that she was hunting someone. And Donovan, if you could make me a intelligence politics roll.
Does a specialty in kindred politics?
It would.
Fantastic. All right. Politics. Intelligence. Ding. Ding.
Bing.
4.
4. Okay. You what kindred currently hold DC.
Yeah.
A Marcus Vittel, Clan La Sombra.
I say the La Sombra, right? Yeah.
And apparently he has a representative that is talking to.
It's talking to her Zuli. Ooh, fun.
Yeah, I'm gonna look. When I hear that, I'm looking over at Eli and goes, Marcus Vittel of Clan La Sombra rules DC. He is a representative in town. We have a childer without a sire, where no one seems to know where she came from. How much
And
you
he
want
also
to bet?
He also clarified she was specifically looking for like hunting someone.
And I
That's
think,
what
and she's hunting someone. Interesting.
Pieces start to fall in place.
Seems so. I don't know exactly what's going on with Serafima right now, but I can't say I dislike it.
Yeah, I think
I find it terrifying.
I
frankly.
think she goes on.
Donovan nods as if like you just said the same thing.
I think she kind of like leans in a little bit more into Bronco, and it's like, did you hear what they were looking for, or
just that she, I don't know, when the woman asked to look around, all I know is that that's where she got the information. The person she was looking for works with the Prometheans, or supplies them with something. I don't know. That's how Zuli got the information about the Prometheans, was from that woman, because of the man she's hunting. They work together or something. I don't. I wish I could tell you more. I'm so sorry.
the airport?
He said he wishes that he could tell you more.
Oh no, I thought you had also said airport at some point. I'm
No,
like,
no, no.
airport.
Mm.
I know that you wouldn't hold out on me, Val.
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't dream of it.
Yeah, she kind of like leans in and like gives like a kiss like right on the corner of the mouth, kind of a thing. How is this like kind of like rolling with my beast? I'm assuming this is a lot of beast flavor right now for Serafima. Cool. I think she kind of like leans back, and it's like this is like Serafima trying to like kind of coast up, and it's like, do you want to stay a little while longer, or
With you
maybe
forever.
help me out a little later?
Forever. Absolutely.
Lovely. Yeah, if this is the beast, the beast would fucking, I might linger and kiss him.
Okay. Absolutely. Yeah. You sink your fangs into him, and as you draw the blood and leave the effects of lingering kiss, the two of you see Seraphima's dark hair return back to gold. You have
and then
lingering kiss.
disengage.
Yeah. You can lower your hunger by 1.
Don't dunk.
You're muted, Tony.
I'm super muted. It's fine. Yeah, Donovan will walk over to Serafima and immediately just like look in her eyes real just for like a second and just be like, you all right?
Yeah, you probably see like residual. It's like it's almost like opal, but like the movement of like liquid mercury in her eyes, and like she blinks a couple times and it kind of goes back to its normal. Yeah. Guess this is your first time seeing mine.
He like nods. He goes, and looks like he wants to say more, but won't in this scenario.
Yep.
And he'll look over and goes, You think we should keep him for a bit?
No. He'll be more pliable for the next little bit if we think of more questions.
Like, can you ask him to answer my questions?
Bronco,
Yes.
could you? I think Mr. Shaw has a few more questions. Could you answer him?
Of course, anything for you.
Thank you.
And he'll turn and face you, Donovan. His eyes are fully glazed over.
Great. And he'll walk over to him and just goes, "How long have you been working for Adzi, Bronco?"
I've been working with Adzi for 10 years.
Like, all right. Like, what is Adzi? What is Adzi's? Like, are you privy to Adzi's plans?
No, I just do him and Erzuli's dirty work. I don't get to sit in on any
Who
meetings.
who does sit on the meetings?
Bennett on a couple of them. And then he has two people that he trusts entirely. One's a ghoul. Their name is, let me get my name out. Bop, 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 bop. His name's Santiago. He's been a ghoul, I think, forever, as far as I know. Dude can do some pretty incredible stuff. And then another one, Rufus Gangrel.
Rufus.
Been with, I've seen him with Adzi a little bit of everywhere, at least when Adzi wants to get shit done.
I see.
The only one who the only one who double dips between Erzuli and Adzi is Claudia. I don't know what she is, but she goes back and forth between Adzi and Erzuli, which I guess isn't weird, but I mean, even though they love each other, they have their own stuff they do. Claudia is the only one who works for both of them.
Like, where do you often see Claudia?
I see her at Red Number 5 a lot. Other than that, I don't know where she goes.
Can you describe her to me?
Yeah, let me get.
This is some
Asian.
shit, y'all.
Absolutely. She's petite, Asian, dark hair. Tips are teal. Eyes are the same color of teal.
Mm-hmm.
Wears sunglasses a lot.
I see. Are you scared of Claudia, Bronco?
Sometimes.
You don't know what she is?
No.
Does she have fangs?
Yeah.
Okay. Good,
Yeah.
good. All good
I
stuff.
look at Donovan.
Yeah.
And kind of like lean close, and it's like, do we potentially want him to remember telling us things?
What's up?
Do you want him to remember telling us things?
No.
Yeah, I'm gonna then do cloud memory, so then he doesn't remember that he told us.
Okay.
All of
Yep.
the stuff.
Easy enough to do.
Before you do that, I would like to ask,
Yeah.
like obviously a description of Rufus and Santiago. Yeah.
Absolutely. So. Yeah. So. Santiago, he describes as a mixed African American male, and he's Hispanic African American male. Long dreadlocks that he keeps pulled back and always wears a suit. And Rufus is let me try to find my reference photo. Sweet Rufus. Ah, here you are. Rufus is pretty large, heavy set, dirty blonde hair that's styled in a mullet, huge beard that's also blonde, like hair and beard blonde, but some of it is turning white with age. Very heavy scars across his face. Easily, he's probably about 6'6".
Big boy.
Boy,
So, Fat Thor.
yeah,
You know what? Good.
Chonky.
he's chunky.
All right. And then, of course, we got the description for Claudia. Is her name?
Mm-hmm.
Asian, teal, tips and eyes. All right, and we did, and her thing is, fuck if I know.
Yep. All we know is she got fangs. But yeah.
Okay, and then of course Bennett. We
Mhm.
already knew Bennett.
Yeah.
Uh,
Then we
Yeah.
shake the Etch a Sketch.
yes, we we etch a sketch him.
And it's probably enough where we honestly haven't been interrogating him long. I think that is it like the entire interrogation I can get?
Yeah, you can get the entire
Yes.
interrogation.
Cool.
Great.
I would like to have slipped out when Donovan and Serafima were talking.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, look at these boys. Perfect. No. Ooh, Claudia looks cool. All right. Great.
She has a haunting look.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's good. That's great. I think we're good to deliver him back unless you want to keep him.
No, I'm okay with delivering him back. He doesn't remember anything really. So we
Great.
can feed him whatever and just say it's like
So what? All right. Why don't you you take Severin and Wraith and go take him back just in case, and you get your solid from Razuli, and no hint about obviously what's that we know. But I would like you to definitely take Wraith just in case.
sure.
I appreciate it.
I imagine we'll probably talk later.
I would very much like to talk later with you. Yes.
All right. Well, is Wraith on the floor? Where is Wraith? So then he can get
Wraith
collected.
is in his room.
Cool. Yeah. I think collect Severin, go up to you, state like what happened so that we can then go grab Bronco and deliver Bronco back.
Wraith has gloves on.
Not your usual accessory.
Hands get cold every once in a while.
We only feel when we want to feel.
My hand gets cold every once in a while.
What the fuck did you do?
Let's just say if anyone survived, they know not to fuck with at least me anymore.
Survived. Okay. Alright.
Some thin bloods, and now they know their place.
Anyways, we have to go deliver one back to Red number 5.
Mhm.
But yes. The
All right.
story is that he was in a frenzy. It was the only way to ensure that we can get him out. If there's any mention of us staking him. In the whole madness that was going on with the Thin Bloods.
All right.
But yes. And then we can scene change if we need to.
Absolutely. Clyde and Eli, are you up to anything that you feel is worth a scene or anything you'd like to get up to that would require a roll?
I will just mention I would like to talk to Eli.
No problem.
I was going to say is that I don't like. We're hearing you through, Jesse. I was gonna say is that I legit think that Eli is affected enough by like what happened and like especially now that he knows like he's more aware of like what Newberry did to him because like oh this is probably the same sort of shit that Newberry did to him and he just did it without thinking. And I legit think he's just in his room just like probably like about to like legit about to like start having like just like a panic attack like legit like his bane is about to activate.
So,
Mm-hmm.
Is just in his room just pacing back and forth and like from outside occasionally can just hear like things just like hitting the wall.
mm-hmm. So I will say before I ask Clyde, Donovan, that's where you find Eli.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Donovan would like knock.
Is no one's home.
Donovan will take out his key card and unlock the door because it's my goddamn building.
Mm-hmm.
And just and we'll open it.
Eli is like I said it's just pacing back and forth and is fully no longer like not blush not anything he's
Yeah.
at 4 hunger.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah.
So is just like pale as death. His eyes are just like these are just like solid red. His fangs are down. It's just like and just like as Donovan walks in, just like he stops and he just like takes up like a thing of incense and just like looks at it for a second and then just fucking hurls it at the wall.
Mm-hmm. Eli, you need to tell me why you're like this right now.
I will be fine. I just need to find it in me to go and eat at some point. Some point in the night, I will eat and everything will be fine.
Eli,
We'll be fine.
that's
What?
not what I asked.
When those people started running into the building, they had guns and they and started shooting at Wraith, and some of them were. One of them had a machine gun, and I panicked, and I don't know what I did precisely to him, but I know that I don't think that he has really a brain anymore. I think that I probably took it because I told him lies. I lied to him. I told him that no one trusted him, and then the next thing that happened is that he was on the floor, foaming at the mouth like a mad dog. I lied to him. Like Newberry lied to me.
Donovan just goes, yeah, he does that. He goes, and then Donovan takes his coat off his blazer, and then just like neatly folds it. He's still got like the vest and sleeves. He just like puts it on the bed because he knows the bed's clean because this motherfucker doesn't sleep in it.
It is pristine. There is like a thin, there's not a thin layer of dust on the pillows because housekeeping is impeccable. But if there wasn't housekeeping, there would be.
Yeah, laying on the bed.
It's been at least a
Um,
week since Judy slept in it.
Yeah, right. Go like up to you. Is Eli looking at me, or is he still kind of doing the like?
He's not. No, he's not looking in you.
I
directly.
assumed
He's
he
just like,
wasn't.
no.
Cool. Donovan will go directly up to Eli, and he will grab his chin and angle it towards so he's facing Donovan directly. And I will say it's an aggressive grab. It's not like oh gentle. It's like he's grabbing it, but it's still only like this part of your chin. Do you resist, or does that happen?
No, it just kind of happens. It's Eli like kind of like jerks, like he's like startled, and he's just like blinking, like wasn't expecting it.
Like, and he goes, none of that matters. And you need to listen to me and listen to me now, Eli. Like, you did not tell lies. You told the truth. Lies do not break a man. The truth does. You know things without knowing you know them. You spoke truth. And that is what I believe. And all that concerns you, Eli, is what I believe. Before you, I had a powerful coterie that I was set to take the north side of Chicago, but when you joined my coterie, Eli, my ambitions stretched much, much farther. You are the key to many, many of my plans, and I am blessed with you. But one thing you need to keep in your mind is that what I believe and what you believe matters, because you are mine. And I'm just gonna do a
Fuck.
persuasion to like persuasion
Jesus Christ.
to call
Charisma.
Extra
Yeah.
dice for
What do I-
attractive?
What
Well,
does
I think-
Eli?
In this case, it would be after you see Donovan's role, you get to decide as a player would that affect
Yeah.
you.
I
No,
like
I'm
that.
just gonna say right now, what does Eli roll to not like come in his pants?
Attractive guy. My question was valid.
So do you
Yes,
stamina
attractive.
resolve, I guess?
Yes, attractive applies. Yes, you
Stamina
lunatic.
composure or something. Yeah, there really should
Exactly.
be a skill for
Stamina-
that, you know.
Stamina composure to not immediately jizz.
Yeah, there's got to be a roll for that. Roll to darkness, get
Hang
on.
on, I'm back.
Okay.
Hang on.
Control bodily
Everything else-
functions.
Stamina
And
composure.
Everything else is sexual tension in the world of darkness. Might as well have
Yeah.
that be an official stat roll.
Right? Mm-hmm.
Surprised
I
we
don't
haven't
know
had
what
one
that
of them
means, but
before.
sure.
How did it
3.
take us 14 sessions?
5.
Ooh.
I want this. I want this to stick.
Oh,
There we go. 6.
Christ.
So say, Eli,
Part of
do
me
you
wishes
believe
that was a messy crit.
But it's
you
not.
believe 6
wait, did you
successes
add if he finds you attractive or not?
I did.
Yeah.
Okay.
for Heather? Do you believe 6 successes is enough for Donovan's words to reach Eli?
Yeah, I definitely think, especially because it's Donovan, and I think that what happens is that Eli is just like blinking really rapidly, and then just like tears just start like welling up in his eyes.
Yeah. And then when that happens, when he
Mm-hmm.
accepts, I see the acceptance in him. I will pull him towards me, and then just I'm full on him, like I'm give him a hug, just like
Embrace.
like and comfort him for a few moments, and then will after those few minutes of physical contact is over, he then like pull himself up, pull the remaining handkerchief out from his like vest pocket,
Hmm.
and he will wipe the tears off of his face.
Mhm.
Does not give it to like wipes off of his face, and then will show that he keeps the thing and puts it with his blood on it, blood tears,
Jesus
puts it in, like in
Nice.
his thing,
Power
and
move.
goes.
Mm.
And I just go, you stay sharp, and you stay. Stay you. I need you. Okay.
I can do that. I can be useful. I can.
You are. Thank you. And Donovan will then turn and leave, and he will leave his blazer on the bed.
Nice. All right. I am going to go. I think what Eli is going to do is it's like go and like sort of like pick up the blazer
Mhm.
and like hold it for a second, and then like flop down on the bed and put the blazer like over his face
Understood.
like a blanket.
Yep.
Mhm.
And I want to try and God, this could be so bad because I'm at 4 hunger, but like
Mhm.
I want to try and have a premonition. And I want to try to have a premonition about Donovan's success.
Cool.
Okay.
Are you sure you don't want to eat something first?
Just a little nibble first, you know?
Probably not.
All right. So it will require a rouse.
Can I burn a willpower to succeed?
I'll allow it.
Hot.
Take that aggravated point of willpower. And please roll me your resolve aspect.
Solve aspects. I'm gonna just spend another willpower just to do more. Why not?
Four,
5.
five. Okay. As you focus on Donovan,
Mhm.
tuning into the Madness Network, there is something that is unique in this premonition. Familiar in a sense that it does not belong to you, but it belongs to the web. For truly great Ventru have always had Malkavians at. And that is a relationship that has tested since before the Convention of Thorns. And when you peer into the future of Donovan Shaw, you see that there are set paths that he is walking that to some who don't know what to look for, they look sporadic and dysfunctional and uncomprehensive. But both you and the aspect of Donovan that you are watching know exactly what path to take, know exactly what choice to make. And even the obstacles that go in front of you don't hinder the steps that follow. At the same time, there is another path that is unparalleled that shadows Donovan and looks as if though it is, while he walks erect and purposeful and powerful, there is a heaviness that clings to this alternate Donovan that is hindering his progression forward.
Hmm.
It is, while he doesn't show it, it is very much choking him staggering his progression. And then there's another aspect, one on each side of him, the right hand and the left hand. And on the left-hand side, there is a wall that is immense and tall, and there are cracks in it that you see this aspect of Donovan is taking like iron spikes into those cracks and is very subtly trying to break through, but with every insert of the spike, a spike appears on his back and is piercing through it. But all three aspects are walking the same. You see it in the distance, the inevitable. The goal will always be in reach and will be achieved. It is just a matter of which aspect will take over. And that's what you see.
Kind of drag the blazer off from my eyes. Just like, oh, I understand now. All right. And that's what he says.
Okay. Clyde. What are you getting up to while everyone's meandering, interrogating, looking into the future?
Just normal weird shit.
The
I'm
usual
used to that.
things.
Yeah, the usual shit that we do.
Mm.
Well, first off, I want to see if there was any news on about the attack on the hotel. Because if there's like shit I need to cover up, then I want to know about that now.
Absolutely. It seems as though people are concerned that it was either a gas leak or at the extreme it was a political activist protest gone wrong, that they tried to blow up the building. No one knows exactly the details of it, but they are concerned of the they are concerned of the damage to the hotel and possibly the rumor leaks that there were bodies found inside, but it has not been confirmed or
You know, have to identify the charred remains later, I guess. It's fair. Okay, it's good. Nothing really much for me to cover up. I know that I already did the roll for tonight on the main laptop and all that jazz, so I don't think I can do that again. Did Donovan share the information, or Serafima and Donovan share the information they got just recently from our thin blood fella, or is that like
I mean,
Bronco?
Donovan from Bronco? Yeah, I mean, like, I would say Donovan is 1,000% on his way to tell Clyde, like, yeah, I wanted to like ask you to find something too, because.
Well, I was gonna say beforehand, I was gonna be like on, I think, one of the like our Nosferatu information channels to try to like find some more information out. Also, because we know something new, so if I need to barter with some information, I have that as well. There we go.
Yeah. So, what information do you want to find out specifically more about Prometheans or about something in specific?
Here's the thing. I want to find out more about Prometheans as Aaron, but I feel like it's more like as Clyde in the story, it's more important to find out more about like Irzuli and Red Number 5. I'm not really sure what I want to go for here.
It's your choice.
I mean, maybe learn something about Rufus or Santiago.
Yeah.
Or Claudia.
Claudia was mentioned a while ago to me. Clyde yeah. So I'm gonna see if I can find some more stuff about her.
Okay, so I will allow you to make a charisma technology roll. You like texting and reaching out information to the Nosferatu to see what you find out about Claudia.
Okay.
Do you need to rouse?
Sure, I could rouse. I ate. I'm good. So yeah, why not? I Can I use either my my hacking, tracking, or social media roles for technology?
I will say you can use social media.
Okay.
Oh, are you
Christ.
satisfied with 6 successes?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you
I'm pretty-
I-
sure, Clyde? You could push it.
Yeah, I don't know. That's three whole dice that you could re-roll. You could just re-roll all of them.
I would like to have some willpower left, guys, at the night, just in case. I don't know what you guys are gonna drag me into at the end of the night. So
So the thing that 6 successes is what you needed to find out the biggest piece of information, which is Claudia's clan. She
yes.
the ministry.
Ooh, interesting. Okay.
You also find out that Claudia also knows she recently at least not I say recently, but Claudia's previous contacts were with in clan Heck. Apparently
Okay.
people within that clan. Primarily most of the time from what you can hear from the other Nosferatu is that she is incredibly sociable, likes to pretend she's a Toreador for people who don't know anything fucking about her. That's like her usual stick. But what she mostly does is she gets dirt on politicians, government workers, people on the higher ups, blackmails them, and starts using them for network. She unfortunately has a pretty big hand in with like illegal trafficking of all kinds. She's a pretty big mogul in that department.
It has mad respect for that. That's okay. It's all right. Let's appreciate that. Game recognized game. Cool. Okay. God, I do not have my my usual thing with me. I feel like there was something else I knew beforehand that I wanted to ask, but yeah, that's it for now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think I'll also give you that great negotiator, still real good in a fucking fight. Like she's not one to
Okay.
and you also I think she has a they call her shadow, which is basically her shadow. It's a clan Hecata member that is basically a bodyguard that follows her around.
Okay.
No one knows what if they're specific. No one knows their specific clan. They just know that they're with the new bunch of other offset clans joining together to form Hecata. No one knows the specifics of their offshoot, but that's their shadow, and a lot of people disappear when they get involved.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right.
And their name is. Let me get you their name. Yeah, they go by Penny Dreadful.
Okay. Real subtle there.
I love that.
Okay. Did Don want to talk to me, or was that it? Good.
If there's anything else you'd want to find out about, like if there's anything else, because you got 6 successes, so I gave you that information.
Yeah.
If there's any other things that I didn't say that you want to ask me, I can give that to you. But
Yeah.
if there's If there's anything else you want to research, but if not, then Donovan can come in and have a conversation.
And I would, I guess, now, like, if I have a 6, like, I'd like to ask more about the Prometheus stuff.
Yeah. From what you can tell is that, at least from what the other Nos have talked about, they haven't come across any thin bloods in their network that know how to do shit for all for blocking the sun. They definitely know that some thin bloods like buy sunblock for a number of other things, but they haven't come across any like they can't really get any information on any of their alchemical supplies. The whole weaponizing sunlight, they have no idea. You do get a message like there's some college in Texas where some kid was seen like buying like a shit ton of sunblock from a Lowe's one time, but nothing else came out from
Yes.
Of course. Okay. Cool. All right. And was that all I was able to get from that, or can I stretch that a little more?
You could probably get a I will say you can probably get a lead. You have to go to they said like I would ask the Chantry. They keep that shit locked tight
Of
from
course.
us.
We've been pointing a lot of directions to the Chantry recently, so I think it's time we gotta go.
Ask Eli. He has an in.
That's
Good.
good. My inn hates me, so
He
might
goes there
take you
to
up on
study.
that. Yeah.
Do some light reading.
I think this is when Donovan can come and knock in on your command center.
Yeah. Yeah. Knock knock. And just like Clyde. Just like obviously gave him all the information we got. Definitely going to see if you can't pull some things with the Nosferatu to find things out on. I mean, he'll say like Santiago, Rufus, and Claudia. Of course, you already have a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
Do you tell Donovan that stuff about Claudia?
Yeah, like I like when he's like, and Claudia was like, oh yeah, no, so she's ministry, like off the same information, like, no, I have all this stuff ready.
He's just like, you already found that out?
Yeah.
No, well, here I come. I'm coming in. Yeah, Donovan.
I will reach out though to find out more about Santiago and Rufus. So if they
I would appreciate. I very much want to know more about them. I don't know much. There is something though. I know you have a lot on your plate, Clyde. There's something here that I feel is connected. I want you to see if you could possibly find how to find or locate a individual known as Sweet Pepper.
That was the guy,
the
drug
drug
lord,
dealer,
right?
the
Yeah,
drug
no,
lord,
I remember.
yes. I think he's connected to Adzi and Josu.
I
know he has a large thin blood client list. And Adzi has a massive amount of thin bloods under his control. We need to start weakening that power base. You don't kill a man like Adzi by coming at him directly, or even shooting him in his sleep.
I want to try to cut off his resources first.
You have to erode what he loves and builds. The only way you can stop a man like Adzi if he thinks he can lose. I was willing, and I think I'm unfortunately not very well equipped to deal with most of those situations. That's why I have you all, but there is one that I know I think I can erode at, and that's Bennett. Like, so we'll see what happens. Just find out. Find out as much as you can. If you need to promise money or rooms at the club, do it. Whatever you can. I want to know. Thank you, Clyde. And Donovan will walk over and just like give a very like cartoonish kiss on Clyde's forehead and goes, ah, you're like,
Mwah.
like mwah. Just, he knows Clyde hates it. That's why he did it.
I'd like does that like the when Kermit the Frog like the lips go inward and just
Yeah.
like stares. Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
It's like oh god. Okay.
It goes, and then it's just like still like gripping part of your head. It just goes, you are such an such an impartable necessary part of all of this, Clyde. I hope you know that I would probably sell a good amount of my companies just to keep you. Thank you for thank you what you do. Love you. It's a good fucking night. And like, hi Marlo. And as he just like
She's that shit invisible, just watching everything.
Yeah.
Hello.
I was
She
like,
doesn't talk. She appears.
yeah, hello. Like, are you enjoying your time here?
It is better than living in Gary. So yes.
How do you like your new apartment?
I love it. I didn't know apartments could be above ground.
It's pretty neat. Like, your fridge is stocked. Everything good?
Yeah, it's great. Great. I'm having a lot more sanguine blood than I thought I could ever have in my life. So that's nice.
Like nods. Like, I don't know. Do you? I already have this for Clyde, but do you game? Are you a gamer?
I mean,
Because I own it. Because I own a distributing company that is going to has next year's new Palladia console. Wondering if you want one
I mean, I don't like
a year early.
I mean, I don't really get consoles to play them. I like taking them apart and putting them back together. I like basically puzzles. But you know what? Yeah, yes.
Do you want do you want the new one? It has something called a palladium chip in it.
Yes, sir. I would very much.
Then I'll do that.
Mhm.
I'll do that for you, Clyde. You already got I already emailed you about this.
I got the memo. Thank you. Yes. For that.
Yeah.
The memo.
There was a memo. I didn't get it.
Yes, like it was only the only memos only go to Clyde.
Oh, okay.
You don't have memo privilege.
Clyde can then decide if other people deserve the memo.
Okay. What do I have to do to deserve the memo? I'll ask later.
You should ask Clyde.
Clyde decides who gets the memos.
Decide what memos she gets. Yes.
He's head of cybersecurity, so absolutely.
It started out with everybody having access to the email, but it got bad real fast.
Clyde just shut it down. He's like, no.
Not everyone needs to be CC'd on this. I swear to God.
Eli kept replying to all when he just meant to.
Oh my God, it was so bad.
Just reply all a single smiley face.
I feel like it's narrowed down to
Ray
just
never got an email.
I feel like it's just a triangle now. It's Donovan, Serafima, and Clyde. That's it.
I mean, I would say no. He doesn't. It's just straight to Clyde because he just like pops into her. He goes, "By the way," like.
No, I know, but it's like Clyde is like Seraphim is the only responsible one.
Yeah, Clyde. I mean that would make sense. Clyde is like, all right, Seraphima can have this.
He also gets memo updates. Yeah.
But yeah, that's it. And besides that, I know they're Seraphima and them are leaving to go drop them off and then coming back. I will say just at the end of the night, Donovan doesn't get undressed. He just like takes his shoes and socks off, puts his cufflinks away, rolls up his sleeve, and I think then just like sits up in Seraphima's bed waiting.
Gotcha. Okay. So Wraith and Serafima, with Severin driving to red number 5, you see that, like always, there is a huge line that wraps around. Oh, yes, sorry.
On the way there.
Yeah.
Wraith will sigh in the back, look over to Serafima, and remove one of his gloves. Show her his fake hand.
Hard as fuck hand.
Yeah.
That's what their skin, touching their skin does. And he
I'm
puts the
guessing
glove
you were
back
already out of
on.
the fan when my camera caught that.
Yes, I was after the ones who were coming in.
Mm-hmm.
None of them reached you.
Oh no, there was already one in the room.
We had 6 more on their way.
6, maybe. 4 or 5. But,
Okay.
well,
So, what are we to expect?
it's just delivery. We are returning Bronco back to his lovely home. And that's it. We can catch you up
Just
on
like we went
some
to go find
things.
someone and got hit by a bus, and then had to dive through a windshield.
I'm sorry, are you recounting past exploits right now?
I'm just saying things aren't always what they appear they're going to be.
I am aware, which is why Donovan said I should bring you and Severin with me going here.
Okay.
Granted, I thought my original, partner in crime entering this place would have been Clyde, but we will see what is there. Although, now that I think about it, you might really want to be aware of who might be in the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just delivery. We will be speaking with Urzuli, more than likely. But make it quick.
All right.
When you guys pull up to red number 5, as always, there's a huge line of people that wrap around around the side of the building. But with Serafima there, you were able to go inside without issue. And upon your arrival, a little bit after you've arrived, a couple minutes, Erzuli comes out and she is wearing a beautiful dress of gold beads and sheer material that shows off but still hides the important bits of her skin. Beautiful bronzed, deep complexion. Her hair, defying gravity as her gold eyes shine through, and she comes up to you, Serafima, and kisses both of your cheeks.
Yeah, Serafima is still in the dress, and the dress did not get damaged in the whole thing, which is
Understood.
win.
Yeah, you got out before the fire started.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, sweetheart, you look divine. And who is your surly friend?
This is Wraith. Wraith, this is the magnificent Urzuli.
Wraith, she's jaw-dropping.
Mm-hmm. What?
She's jaw-dropping. It's just like, yes. We wanted to personally escort Bronco back to make sure that he returned home.
And how was your trip, bro? Did you enjoy yourself, Bronco? Yes, Mr. Urzuli, I had a great time. Oh, I'm so glad. And she pinches his chin. It's like, no, go on, go with the rest of them. They missed you. And he smiles and he just starts jogging over. You see him disappear into the crowd. Other people that look about to be his age. Well, I hope.
Would I be able to keep an eye? Look about.
That is going to definitely take a wits awareness roll because there's a lot of
the
people
bodies.
in this club. Yeah, a lot of heat going on, a lot of blood.
I'm gonna rouse my, just to get that one extra die.
Understood.
I will rouse my wits. Come on. Bottom of the sheet. Thank you.
Not
You
hungry.
succeed in your rouse check. Go ahead and make
Thank
that
you.
with awareness.
I mean,
roll.
that's what, 5 in a row?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Serafima always gets hungry.
Yeah. Mm. Are you satisfied with 3 successes?
I don't have a choice.
Oh, you are out of willpower. Yeah, you can keep a close eye on him. If you wish to focus on him, you won't be able to pay attention to the conversation.
Not on
between-
him.
Ah,
Just
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 the
around.
general, just keep looking around, make it to take mental notes on anybody that might stand out.
Absolutely.
Lots of people.
I
will
think
stand out.
he means stands out as a threat.
Gotcha.
No, as in like anybody that I
Oh,
might
sorry.
recognize or
like
Oh.
potential green
Okay.
mohawks.
Understood.
Shut.
No one here. Yeah, I will say with 3 successes, no one here stands out or someone that you recognize either in your patrols or someone that you've met in the past. For right. But I will make note that that is what you're keeping out for.
Mhm.
Arazuli puts a hand on her hip and is just like, well, I hope he didn't cause you any trouble and that you got to do all the business that you wanted to with the black roses.
Well, we were able to lay some of the groundwork that I had discussed with you before,
Mhm.
but there was an interruption
Oh,
there,
how
which
terrible.
led to us trying to, as I had promised, try to make sure that Bronco made it back to you here.
Mhm.
So that partially kind of made a bit of a priority because I would like to be someone known for keeping their word.
Well, that is very inspiring of you and very telling as well. Well, he's back safe and sound, and I'm glad to see that is true. And I'm so sorry that something interrupted your soiree.
Well, I'm sure Corinne will not be happy at that interruption, and so if anything, we can enjoy the fly in her ointment.
Of course. Nothing's more satisfying than seeing a rose's plans not come to fruition.
Well, especially a rose of her caliber.
Fair enough. So, can I offer the two of you something to drink?
I actually need to get back soon. Unfortunately, what with what Annabelle was wanting before, and we know how impatient she becomes. It's just better to resolve that so then I can enjoy my time with you without limitations.
You flatter me, dear, and I love it. All right, you and Mr. doesn't talk a lot.
Wraith.
I heard. Very fitting. You all enjoy the rest of your night. Don't let me keep you.
He will take her hand and bring it to his lips and give a slight kiss
Mm.
and
Gentlemen.
turn and walk away.
She smiles, and Wraith, she's even more gorgeous when she smiles. You're like, how?
That's why he turned and walked away before that.
Understood. Yeah.
It's
if there's
amazing to
nothing
find shy ones amongst our
Mhm.
kind.
Yeah, Serafima, before you go, I will need you to make me a composure subterfuge roll, please.
Composure subterfuge.
Impeccable lies.
Absolutely. And because
We know she finds you attractive.
I know. I do get hungry. As I said, Serafima becomes a hungry girl. Subterfuge lies.
Always so thirsty.
Such a thirsty.
Composure. Submit. 2 for the attractive. 1 for extra lies.
Mhm.
So 3. 1, 2, 3. Hold on. Let me count my numbers.
Understood.
So 3 bonus. 3 from subterfuge is 6. My base composure is 9. Or is it,
Mhm.
well, like it turns into 9 with 3.
Yeah.
Half would be 4. Do I take a 4? I'm assuming I don't know the TN in advance.
You will not know the TN until you give me your answer.
You know what? Fuck it. I've got willpower. We can roll.
Okay. Roll it.
Might as well.
Might as well.
That 3.
Ooh, buddy. Is that a crit?
No.
No.
Is that? It is 5.
It
Are you
won't be messy
satisfied?
though.
It will
No.
not be messy. Are you satisfied with 5
Yeah,
successes?
I'm fine with 5.
All right. Yeah. You feel for just like a second her eyes linger on your back before you just don't feel her presence anymore. He goes to gallivant in the crowd. Seems as though you've pulled it off. You were able to lie successfully.
Dun.
Yeah. So you and Wraith can return back to the Aries.
And now I will share with Wraith what we got from the interrogation because Bronco was in the car before.
Understood. Understood. So Wraith, you now have that information. I'm assuming, of course, once you're safely away from the red number 5 and all of that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
when you return back to the Aries and Serafima, when you turn to your room, Donovan is there.
He looks pensive.
You comfortable?
Like, never.
Yeah, she kind of toes off her shoes and puts the clutch on the bedside and kind of gets onto the bed.
Yeah, I'll just like turn and adjust and look at her. Goes, you're incredibly dangerous.
Thought that was why you liked me.
It is. But more so than the other coterie members in the way that you are dangerous in 2 ways.
2.
He just kind of sorry about that.
It was immaculately timed.
Uh-huh. And it just goes, a lot happened to you tonight, and I don't find myself often caring when that happens, but I do care. Like, how are you?
I'll be better when she's not in Chicago anymore. Because if she's here, that means my sire knows that I'm here. And the only benefit is that the only ones she lets out are me and Lynette.
She let you out, did she?
Well, she let us out of the house and socialize and things.
But you
Because
ran.
we're the closest. Well, when someone mistakes you for your sire, there can be problems.
You've told me what happened there a lot. Not details, but
No, I have definitely not told you everything.
I
I
know.
feel if I had, let's just say you'd probably feel a bit more when meeting any of my kindred-based bloodkin.
Nods. He goes, to kindred, our sires often seem larger, bigger, more powerful, terrifying in every way. But I know from experience that's not true necessarily. And I know this is implied, but I do want to say it out loud that your sire can't do anything to you while you are with me. And that is not an opinion. You are safe here. We are safe here. And I don't just mean the Ares. I could see it. I knew the difference between you. I know that can change. But I can tell it's you quite easily, actually.
Well, it gets a little rough at some points, so.
I can tell because it's not a glint in the eye or some physical trait. It's because when I looked at her, I didn't feel anything.
She kind of puts a hand like on his cheek and kind of like stroke with her thumb, kind of like getting near the corner of your mouth, and it's like, you're making it really difficult not to make a teasing comment right now because I feel this is very serious.
It is very serious. But I know you wouldn't necessarily be you if you didn't try to deflect with humor. You do have a biting wit, and it is very sexy.
You're saying that this is one of the ways that I'm dangerous.
Yes.
Are you implying you would like to avoid that danger?
No. I do not avoid danger. Well, like, no.
Well, you
I
can
don't.
choose your dangers.
I do. I'm just recognizing that you are, but I will never avoid that.
Yeah, I think Serafima gets closer in and like ends up kissing him.
Yeah. Donovan will definitely return that kiss for sure.
Where we'll close out our session after a very long night for all of our bed. We'll see. They don't know what the dawn is, but perhaps they can prepare for what the next night. Thank you all so much for coming and watching our wonderful chronicle. I hope that you enjoyed it. We had combat, then we had emotional stuff. That's how it goes. You can catch us on Twitch at Dice Dropping, and then if you can't catch us live, You can watch our VODs on YouTube, usually by the next week. You can only catch us here, but we also have another show with our Game of Thrones. And you can follow us on Twitter, all by the same name. Follow us on any socials that you have. And we hope to see you guys again next time. Thank you so much. And no matter what time you're watching us, good morning, good evening, good night.